So the next secret of this book, called The Six Secrets of Intelligence, again, the next chapter is analogy, I think. Analogy, yeah. And in the book, it's the chapter is called Analogy, a Sign of Genius, which I have some questions about. The other ones were quite clear, right? Induction, you try and make a theory and stuff. Those were very clear. I don't entirely know what he means with a sign of a genius, but maybe you guys know. Maybe you guys could leave it down in the comments if you know. So, analogy is like kind of a like a cousin of a of induction, right? It's similar, but it's different. Induction was that you go from a lot of examples to a rule, right? And deduction was that you go from a rule to examples. But now, analogy, we go from examples to an example. We completely skip the rule part. Completely, like we ignore it. Not kind of, right? So how does it work then? Well, it's basically like now my what's it my my analogies that I'm going to make are, you can probably like destroy them with basic deduction or induction very easily, but it's just to kind of give you a way to understand what I'm talking about. So analogy. So let's say so analogy basically is that you go from examples like like it's basically like comparing two things, right? So like you run on four legs, but that table over there, I'm not making a rule, I'm just saying that table, because if I would phrase it a little bit different, it would be a rule. That table over there, that also has like four legs, right? And you're, I can't easily break your legs. Like, I can't, your legs are quite solid. The legs of that table over there are quite solid. The table is a table. You are a table. So it's basically like, well, A, B, C, D, E, F, G is true. So then Q must be like Q or like R or S needs to be true too, right? Or like it's quite probably too true, right? Well, yes, you could make arguments like that. A very famous one is the Hitler analogy, which is basically comparing people to Hitler in ways, and then you're kind of like poking at the pretty not good things he did, but comparing the two, and then because politicians and even you don't need to hold it in account, because bad ones, right, like the one I said over there, like right now, like I'm like, you are obviously not a table, right? But politicians need to seriously ask themselves if they're trying to do the same thing as that horrible figure tried to do. Because if they do, then yeah, I mean, so yeah, it can be very useful and needed. It may sound not as profound as deduction and induction, but it's still something to look into. So let's say in the book he actually makes like a diagram out of it. I don't know if you can actually read it, but I don't think you can read it, but you can. It basically says, so person A, and they're comparing, let's say you and Hitler, right? So the first step is the comparison. So you like order, right? Hitler liked order too. You like uniforms, yeah, Hitler too. And you like youth movements, yeah, Hitler did too. And then you go to D, so that's those examples were A, B, and C. And then the analogy is, well, Hitler liked genocide. Do you? Right? But then of course, like induction, at what point do you have enough evidence for it? At what point can you actually say that, well, I mean, yeah, you may do think about those things, or want those things. Like you need to. It may sound very unprofessional, right? Because you're just assuming stuff from example to example, like in induction kind of was the case, but like multiple examples and like rules. But now you're just doing it with like two examples, like two individuals rather. Yeah, it may sound a bit less professional, but you need this to, but like induction and deduction, yeah, you could find those things too, but certain things you cannot always find if you're not using analogy. So yeah, I think that's it. If you want to read about the things I'm talking about and get more information out of them, because I'm only touching like the surface of it. I'm explaining quite a lot of things he said in the book, but he gives more examples and goes deeper. Probably goes deeper into everything I'm talking about. So if you wanna, get even more information out of those things, now you have a pretty good understanding of them. But if you want to elevate it even further, yeah, just give it a read. It's not that big. I'm currently reading it. I'm like just over the half. That was a weird sentence. Let's try it again. I'm about in like the half of the book, a little bit further actually, and yeah, it's a pretty nice book. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, right? Keep learning, guys.